They taught a playground how to hide adults in plain sight. A place built for kids became a terrain where predatory adults learned to move like neighbors. Tonight I'm tracing how design, attention, and human cruelty braided together until a virtual playroom learned to disguise harm. Welcome to the KNOSIS Horror Talk. I spent the last week wading through investigative pieces, moderation logs, court records, archive streams, and parents' accounts because this is not a dry policy issue. It's a pattern you can test in a chat log. If you care about the young people in your life, hit like, subscribe, drop a comment and share, because silence trains neglect and sunlight is the only real disinfectant for spaces where kids play. Start with something harmless. Blocky avatars skipping past neon lobbies, an exchange of cosmetic items, a parent glancing away for 60 seconds. That 60 seconds is the aperture predators use. Adults posing as peers need only an opening, a casual private invite, a switch to another app, a promise attached to a digital gift. Over time, those micro-contacts add up into trust. Investigations consistently show patterns where adults initiate conversations in public spaces, then steer young users into less moderated channels. Those moves are the slow architecture of exploitation. Look at how the system itself learns. Moderation removes obvious violations. Engagement metrics reward long sessions and repeat interactions. That combination incentivizes designs that keep players in-world longer and promotes features that can be monetized. Bad actors adapt to those affordances. They learn the community's rhythms, the lingo, the trust signals that let them blend in. When a platform prioritizes growth over friction, it inadvertently lowers the cost for someone looking to manipulate attention. Technological fixes exist: keyword detection, machine learning filters, automated moderation, and they matter. But automated systems miss nuance. People move to private chats, to voice apps, to secondary platforms where those tools don't reach. Reports repeatedly document offenders escaping initial moderation by taking conversation off platform. That's why the problem isn't only technical, it's ecological. It spans product design, community norms, parental oversight, and cross-platform gaps in enforcement. Now imagine the harm in intimate terms. Abusive contact rarely looks like a single, monstrous event. It's slow procedural work, compliments that feel warm, small virtual gifts that build obligation, requests for secrecy dressed as games. Those micro-rewards, cosmetic items, in-game tokens, private emotes, function as reinforcement. The child learns to equate the adult's attention with reward. Over time, the pattern trains a form of compliance that feels like friendship. That's the most dangerous thing. The predator isn't only exploiting a child's curiosity, they're using the platform's social mechanics to train trust. There are social consequences too. When users or independent moderators try to expose suspicious accounts, they sometimes face bans for vigilantism or harassment, or they get drowned out by rumor threads that sanitize or sensationalize the truth. Companies walk a narrow line between preventing doxing and allowing whistleblowers to surface real risk. That balance often tilts towards slowing public exposure, which can leave harmful behavior unchecked for longer. Normalization creeps in quietly. Clip compilations and rumor threads desensitize adults and children alike. Parents begin to accept bad actors exist as an unchangeable background fact instead of treating it as a solvable hazard. Platforms treat moderation as a cost center to balance against growth. Communities learn to look away or to blame victims for failing to manage risk themselves. Each of those choices is a social concession that makes the environment safer for harm and harder for prevention. The technobody horror is the translation layer. A child's attention becomes raw material. Predators learn platform affordances. Algorithms learn which interactions create engagement. Communities learn which narratives get traction. And abuse practices get refined into repeatable playbooks. Each cycle is a small optimization of harm. So who is culpable? The individual who exploited, certainly. But also the design choices that reduced friction, the platform economics that prioritized time on platform, the policy gaps that left cross-platform conversation unchecked, and the cultural tendency to treat digital play as low-stakes content. Lawsuits and platform reforms are necessary, but they are slow and incomplete. Community vigilance, parental education, and product-level safety defaults are the most immediate lines of defense. If you're listening now, do not let this be abstract. Audit the apps your kids use. Turn on privacy and friend approval settings. Disable unmoderated private chat where possible. Teach children how to bring adults into the conversation without shame. Support independent reporting that documents harm. Don't normalize disturbing clips as mere entertainment. I can't promise tidy closure. The solution is messy and collective. But the smallest, most powerful act is simple: protect attention. If an app asks a child to keep a secret, don't call it cute. If your feed begs for another view of a troubling clip, don't feed it. Sleep light, because attention teaches, and sometimes the quiet lessons are the deadliest.